They cause bad stuff to happen, like depression, anxiety, loneliness, suicide, and self-harm. Idiots, childish, and disrespectful. Should be punished and humiliated. Insecure, scum, bullying, they could have their own issues. Bullying sucks and the stories behind it suck too. Just ignore them bullies. Just ignore them. Bullies leave you alone if they see that what they do doesn't affect you at all. Bullies made me stronger, Bullies made me stronger, gave me character. Let it make you a powerhouse and learn from it. My sister was bullied through school to the point where she was stabbed in the back with a compass. I remember this because I was still in primary school at the time. It was the most horrific thing I have ever seen. So my sister got bullied and got stabbed in the back with a compass. Yeah. What fun that was. My nephew has mental health needs and issues. He has been diagnosed with Tourette's and has emotional and behaviour issues. He doesn't deal well with his emotional issues at all. He has been attacked, physically and mentally bullied. And he's been targeted by other kids at his school to the point where my sister has had to take him to A&E for being punched in the face for no reason. A week later, he was kicked in the face. They went to A&E with a suspected broken nose. My sister went through his phone, and it turned out he had been looking up self-harming videos and all that stuff online. It's heartbreaking knowing that my nephew was looking at how to end his life and that he wanted to self-harm himself because he's getting bullied. But I'll give him credit, he did the right thing and he didn't retaliate to the kids being complete bloody idiots. I mean, when I found out that he was looking at self-harming videos, it was heartbreaking, to say the least. One of my friends, my son was bullied and ended up self-harming. He got bullied at primary school, so I moved him. I remember him saying he wanted to kill himself. He was only 7 or 8 years old at the time. It all came flooding back when he went to secondary school. He was also assaulted by the same group of bullies from secondary school. I was bullied because I was deaf and my feet were inwards. I was bullied outside of school to bullies. I'll reread that. I was bullied outside of school too. Bullies don't realise the damage they cause to the person, and the people do commit suicide because of the bullying. Seeing what's heartbreaking for me is obviously most of you know youth worker. Most of the stuff I read is kids or teenagers committing suicide because they're getting bullied or they've got issues they're dealing with and they have no one to talk to and stuff. So for me, reading stuff like that is heartbreaking. A friend of mine was bullied by her boyfriend, physically, mentally, and verbally. I won't go into too much detail, but here it goes. I was on the phone to my friend one evening We were chatting about crap and having a laugh, like you do, you know, talking about general crap. But it was at that point I heard it all. Her boyfriend came home from work or something like that and started screaming and shouting at her for no reason whatsoever. Then it turned physical. He grabbed the phone and tried to hang up but failed badly. I heard every single minute of my friend getting bullied by her boyfriend. I wanted to come down and smash his face in, but at the time I was still living in Milton Keynes. He carried on, but it just got worse. No, that's where I won't go into too much detail. A few months later, my friend then said enough is enough. She kicked him out, and she is now happy and has been for the last goodness knows how many years. Well, I only know that because she's now my wife. So yeah, so you've heard my friends' stories, and I just want to take the time to thank them again for letting me share them. So you've heard theirs. Now it's time to share mine. This will be a fun one to do. This isn't one I very rarely talk about, and this was difficult for me when I had to write it out the first time around. I was bullied at both primary and secondary school, physically, verbally, and mentally. My primary days, I would get into fights because of the bullying. No matter how many times I was told to ignore them, hell would break loose, and heads would be smashed in. I was bullied verbally and sometimes physically during my primary school days. My secondary days? Well, this is where it gets fun. Just to start off, my secondary days were crap. It was a nightmare. I would get verbally bullied for, no reason. All I was doing was going to class, and then all I would hear was my name among other things said. Some stuff I'm not going to say. Physically, I'd be punched and kicked on my way to lessons. In one class, I was attacked for no reason whatsoever. All I was doing was sat at my desk, getting ready for work to be done. Teacher left the class, and bam, there you go. And then obviously the teacher came back and there was all that denial and stuff. Mentally, I had people saying stuff about me or my family, or spread vicious rumours about me which were all false, and even anonymous notes in my bag saying pretty horrific stuff. It ended up getting to the point when my dad came to school and spoke to my head of year and the deputy head teacher and put things straight. One thing about my dad took no crap from anyone. Not a single crap. So, yeah, that's why I bunked most of my secondary days, to escape the bullying. At school, to be honest, I'm not happy about it, I'm not happy that I bunked school, my life wasn't great through secondary school. It was difficult, but that's another story. Thinking back to my secondary school days, if I didn't bunk off school and I actually stayed at school, I would have probably been a lot better, or, I could have probably done a lot better. But, like I said, my secondary days, the only way I could escape was bunking off. So, like I said, I'm not happy about it at all. But, I just want to end on this thing, this little thing. If you know someone who's getting bullied, talk to them, or if anything, stand up to the bullies, speak out about it. Too many teens and kids have taken a life because of bullies, because of what? Some kid, is giving you abuse for no reason whatsoever. You need to stand up and speak out. Just, like I said, if you know someone or see someone, help them. It's like, this guy who I very often listen to, I follow him on pretty much everything I can, and it's like, he says the way he talks and that lot, he does conferences and that lot, he goes to schools and talk and stuff like that, and one of the things he has said is, I'm trying to find it. Obviously, when you go to secondary school, you see that teacher or whatever, and it's like, what do you want to do when you leave school? And you're kind of like, well, my dream is to do this, blah, blah, blah. And then they say, okay, well, we'll see what we could do, a careers officer or whatever. So I'll say this to you now. For whoever wants to take it on board or not, put in your dreams and goals where you see them. Make you take action. Hang on, am I reading it right? Put your dreams and goals where you see them. Make you take action. And I know some people, because this one pretty much impacts a few people I know who obviously went through the same kind of stuff I did back in the day, back when they were youngsters. Hate it so much. Now this is going to be for everyone who's listening now, or whatever you're doing, I don't know. Probably sitting there scratching your backside or whatever, I don't know. But just want to take the time to say this little bit. At the end of your life, it's not how much money you have in the bank, or what kind of car you drove, or house you lived in. It's about how much you give, and how much of a positive impact you make on another person's life. I can pretty much tell you now, I've probably put an impact on a few people's lives. But I don't know. It's just a guess, to be fair. But I know full well that I have probably impacted a couple of people's lives. So I just want to say, if I've impacted your life, feel free to let me know. But if I haven't, then we're here. Boo bloody who. So there you have it. Bearing in mind I've done this a few years ago now, things could have changed, But hey, like I said, stand up and speak out. People shouldn't be getting bullied. So, yeah. That's all I've got to say about that, peeps. Make sure you listen to some other stuff.